Parental advisory, explicit lyrical content ahead. We have found the source of the Trump clotheslining and beating on CNN meme. Get this. It's a 15-year-old kid who lives on North Radford, right around the corner from In-N-Out Burger. Flunking social studies, man. Flunking social studies, man. 15-year-old kid, are you? Is this a joke? No, man, it's not a joke. No, that's where it gets. He's the source. If you want the apology, I mean, it's no big deal. You and your CNN goons ought to be able to roll right over there and beat it out of him or whatever. Oh my gosh. Oh, hi, ma'am. Yes, we've come to see little Larry. This is... Hi, I'm at K-File. And this is at CNN. And we're here to just talk to little Larry. We just want to have a conversation with little Larry. Oh, are you the police? Oh, no, ma'am. We didn't want to... Are you the real news? Oh, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. We're not the real news. We would hope that we don't have to get the real news involved. We just want to have a little bit of a discussion with little Larry. You know what I'm saying? We just need a discussion with little Larry. We just need to talk to little Larry about his memes. Are these your memes, son? Are these your memes? These right here. Are these your memes? Larry, we know these are your memes. Larry, we know these are your memes. Alright? We know these are your memes. You're killing your father, Larry! You're killing your father, Larry! I can't even keep a straight face. Well, son, if you won't apologize, then I'll show you what happens. You son, Larry, you better look out that window, boy. I will show you what happens, Larry. When you fuck CNN in the ass, Larry. This is what happens, Larry. This is what happens, Larry. Do you see what happens, Larry? Do you see what happens when you fuck CNN in the ass? Huh, Larry? Do you see? And this is how CNN treats a 15-year-old kid. They go over there thugging him out like Walter Sobchak. Again, that's just me having a little piece of coffee, trying to wake up a little bit for the day, get my blood pressure going. So yeah, just in case you didn't know, that was a little bit of a satirical take from The Big Lebowski. In that movie, the dude gets played by a 15-year-old kid named Larry Sellers. Fucking social studies, man. He gets... Sorry, I even snorted there a little bit. Just having fun with this one. But he goes to... he finds out that this car gets ripped off by a kid named Larry Sellers, and he goes for a joyride. And then the dude goes back over there to get his money. Him and Walter try to thug out the 15-year-old It was so funny because, like, when I found out that this kid was 15, that's what I thought about was Larry Sellers. So check out my Twitter feed because I got a lot of stuff on there. I made a little timeline, if you will, of the Larry Sellers and hashtag Han asshole solo correlations. I mean, this is like the same thing if you're a big fan of The Big Lebowski. It's like CNN finds out who did it, right? They're gonna set him straight and make him cough up an apology. Total lunacy. Total lunacy. Then they get there and kid won't even talk to him. And then they end up smashing his car into oblivion. And then they go eat In-N-Out burger on the way home. So anyways, usually, I don't swear on my channel. I try not to. But I had to for this one. I was just feeling it. This is a story about CNN. Hopefully can this please destroy every shred of credibility, like anybody who would think about watching them before. Are you gonna at least question it this time? I certainly hope so. This is this bully behavior. Now they're threatening to trash a 16-year-old or 15-year-old the rest of his life, by telling him his identity and writing a threatening letter saying that we still reserve the right to dox you if you decide to come off of this apology. I didn't believe it was real. How it happened last night, as I was going through and I saw Jack Posobiec say something about it, and I was like, oh, like and retweet. And then I was thinking about it, and somebody else retweeted my retweet, and I was like, I better check into this story a little bit instead of just shit posting. I'll go and do some background work and look this thing up and see if there's anything to it. And before I could do that, I drifted off to sleep, and then I woke up a little later, and I fumbled around on my phone for a second. And then I could see it was like blowing up at 2 or 3 in the morning or something. And I was like, yeah, it's real, man. Because I even, before, when I was about to research, I retracted my tweet for a while. Just because I was like, I don't want to be spreading this. Because what happened was I went and looked at K-File, the guy, the reporter for CNN. I went and looked at his feed to see what he had to say about it. And he was refuting everything. That's why I pulled my tweet, was because I was like, I don't want to just dump on the guy. Maybe he, maybe he just made a mistake. Maybe Jack's going a little overboard, with the whole recent thing about jumping into play, I like Jack a lot, but maybe, sometimes we tend to go a little too far sometimes. The best of us, So maybe Jack went a little too far or something. Turns out Jack did not go too far. He was right on the money, right on point. Cernovich was on point. Cernovich was fighting with him. Cernovich was on fire over the whole thing last night. Do you see what happens, Larry? Do you see what happens, Larry? I hope you see what happens, Larry. This is what happens, Larry. This is what happens, Larry. That's like the most iconic scene. Just a dude way overblown, just going to the far extreme over a 15-year-old brat on Radford near the In-N-Out burger. Isn't that near the In-N-Out burger? Shut the fuck up, Donnie. Too funny. I love it when stuff in The Big Lebowski becomes real life. Love it. All those ironic, the comedy of life stuff, I can just see CNN. Just imagine, that's what we need to do. Put the CNN blockhead over Walter as he's smashing the car. Put it over Walter as he's holding the paperwork up. These your memes, Larry. We know they're your memes, Larry. We found them out, Larry. We got the ISP. We talked to Reddit, Larry. These are your memes, Larry. We know they're your memes, Larry. Little prick stonewalling me. Damn it. So, good on the kid. Good on the kid for trying to do the right thing. It looks like he tried to apologize his way out of this before, but I guarantee you that he only, well, I don't want to guarantee anything because I don't know the full story, but it looks like he apologized, trying to apologize so they wouldn't ruin his life because they could have doxed him. You know, that would have, they're threatening a 15-year-old kid, reportedly. Okay, I gotta still say all this is still reportedly, but it sounds like this is the case. I see a lot of people that I trust reporting it, so. Anyways, Larry. This is what happens, Larry. This is what happens when you F CNN in the A. You better look out that boy, Larry. You better look out that window, Larry. So you can learn what happens when you F CNN in the A. So anyways, have a nice day, everybody. Black tea.